Hi Lynda, welcome to Barastoc.
Hi, how are you, Paul?
Good, thank you. Lynda, are you willing to take on the top 10 questions?
You betcha, let's go. I've been lucky enough to be at this show for, I think we worked out 27 years. So at the start of Barastoc, it was held out at Melbourne Showgrounds, and competing out there and then moving to Werribee has been sensational for the sport. So a long time, so you can do the math on that one. I think for me, probably Vienna After Dark. I loved the horse as a type. I loved watching Robin Barry ride him. He was big, he was black, he was shiny, he was just, for me, the epitome of a horse, and I was lucky enough to ride him later on, and he still sort of sends tingles up my spine. Yeah, probably Vienna After Dark. I think the sport as a whole has improved tenfold. It's just got bigger and better. The competitors are willing to put in more, and they're learning a lot more probably than what we used to do, and there's more access to learn. I think the amount of classes we've got is huge, and yeah, I think it's getting better and better each year. I think for me personally, it's got a lot more professionalism about it. There's a lot more trade stands, it's more competitor friendly. It's much easier now to arrive here with a team of horses. I'll have up to anywhere from one, not normally, but up to about 5 or 6 horses. So having everything run smoothly, it makes it great. The sponsorship is always great, the merchandising. It's just, look, it's such good fun. It's the only show that I go to when I hit that arena, the hairs on the back of my neck stand up. So that, I think, says it all. I think if we can predict no 45-degree days would be sensational. The only thing I'd like to see perhaps is the timetabling, so that, and that's for my benefit only because I have a team of horses. So if they were able to let me know what time exactly, say 8 till 9 I'll be on with one, and 9 till 10, that makes it run easier for me. But I think really for the rest of the show they've got it down pat, like it just runs so smoothly, and I think they've got something like 2,500 horses here, so just to have all that happening, I think that's a major achievement. Well, I've been very, very lucky in my career. I've had a few. I think one that stands out for me is Dresden Park Matrice. He was a Galloway. He won back in, I think, 95 and 96. He was a little horse that had so much movement, and he taught me so much about riding and just sitting quietly and letting him show himself off. A friend of ours had him, and we found him and started him off, so it went from the start to the finish, which was great, and he ended up winning nationals and champion at Sydney and all sorts of things. My next favourite would have to be probably Coal Beach Promise, and she was only about 3 years ago. And she was pretty special. She was just a very polite, lovely mare to ride, and she won Barastoc here back then. But then I've got Coal Beach Aster, who's won it 2 years running. So look, I've been really lucky. But I think Matrice probably started my run going, so I'd have to give it to him, I think. Look, I've been really lucky again. I've done a lot of classes at Barastoc, so we've been lucky enough to win leads, riddens. I've done harness as well. I've done Arabs. We've done thoroughbreds, riding ponies, just the whole caboodle. But for me, I love taking my new ones out and winning a newcomer class in the open ring, and also the biggie, which is Barastoc Horse of the Year, which is the open. Still the big one we all want to win. My preparation for Barastoc probably starts a long time back. Like, I start out at probably 8 weeks, and my horses are trained within an inch of their lives. I ask a lot more from them at home than what I would out in the ring. I make sure that they're really fit so that they can cope with the conditions and if they need extra work. A big thing for me here is watching their feet, because they come from my place, which is a soft sandy soil, to coming out here walking on stones and bitumen. So that's a biggie for me, just checking that their feet are going to cope with that and allowing for that. Look, it's just The last week there's not a lot you can do because it should all actually be done. And then at the show, keep them in their routine, keep it all flowing quietly and keep stress levels to a minimum, I think. And just keep them routine going, and hopefully on the big day it all comes together. I've got 2 young sons. They both see me out of the truck, and there's a little saying that we say, which is, good luck. And I sort of have a saying that I say to my head as I go through the gates, and cross our fingers it all works. The tips for the youngsters, I think, would be look up the line. So if you're out there and someone is above you or beating you, or just out there working, look up the line, look and see what they're doing differently to you. Ask them, like I'm open to questions all the time. I think for the youngsters, it's the nerves that probably kills a lot of their chances. So, because I'm one of the older one out there now in the pony ring, I actually spend a lot of time out there laughing with them and trying to get them to relax. And once they've done that, their work should already be done, and they just go out and ride on habit. So probably learn. Every time you go out there, look up, learn, realise that all your hard work should have been done before you got here, and don't leave anything to the last minute. Apart from that, have fun.
Great. Thanks for that, Lynda, and thanks for talking to Top Horse.
Thank you very much. We'll see you soon.